Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to discuss chapter 17, Forests Are Lifeline. Let's warm up. Color the picture and write a small poem on forests. So students, you have to color this picture and write a poem here. Let's know about forest layers, important forest produce, forest as a system, role of forest in preserving the environment. So students, these are some points, these are some topics we are going to discuss in this chapter. An area with high density of trees is known as a forest. A forest is a system which is composed of plants, animals, and microorganisms. Forest is the habitat for a variety of living beings. Many plants, animals, and microbes live in the forest. We have forest layers. A forest consists of different layers of vegetation, trees, and plants. The main three layers of a forest, starting from top to the ground, are canopy, understory, and forest floor. The amount of sunlight available in each layer of the forest decides which type of plant grows and survives there. It also decides the habitat of various animals. Let us study all the layers of vegetation in a forest. The first we have emergent layer. The tallest trees in the forest may reach a height of up to 200 feet and form the emergent layer. Trees of this height are rare and are found occasionally in the dense rainforest of Asia and the East Indies. Most of these trees are broad-leaved and evergreen. There is plenty of sunlight in this layer. Hornbills, butterflies, and bats are found here. Then we have second, canopy layer. The forest top layer consists of the branches and leaves of tall trees, forming a king of roof or umbrella over the smaller trees and other plants in the forest. The uppermost branches and leaves of tall trees which act like a roof or umbrella over the smaller trees in the rainforest is called canopy. It has tall evergreen trees. The branches of overlap each other. This layer is so dense that very little sunlight penetrates and reaches the lower layers of the forest. Look at this picture. We have vegetation in a tropical rainforest showing canopy and understory. Here we have third, understory layer. The layer of vegetation in a forest which is just below the canopy is called understory. It mainly has plants with large leaves and small trees that are able to survive in less sunlight. Plants such as orchids, palms, and ferns belong to this region. A large variety of insects, birds, snakes, lizards, and carnivorous predators such as jaguars, pythons, and leopards live here. Now we have fourth, forest floor. This region receives very little amount of sunlight. Only plants adapted to grow with very less light can survive in this damp, warm and dark region of the forest. The forest floor has many kinds of small leafless plants such as mosses and lichens. The floor is covered with a layer of dead and decaying leaves, fruits, seeds, twigs, and small worms. A large variety of insects, millipedes, ants, and beetles are found on the forest floor. The large animals in the forest such as tigers, lions, deer, etc. live on the forest floor. Here we have important forest produce. Forests are an important natural resource. They are essential for the preservation of environment and survival of all the animals including man. Here we have forest control and prevent flood by holding water and not allowing its free flow. Trees bind the soil and control soil erosion. Forests regulate climate by reducing temperature and help in rainfall. Forests purify air and provide clean and fresh air for breathing to all living beings. Forests help in reducing pollution. Trees make the soil fertile by recycling the nutrients. Forests provide us food, wood, rubber, gum, resin, non-edible oils, honey, bee wax, lac, bamboo, fuel, etc. Here, forests provide animals with a place to live. Here, forest tea as a system. Forest is a system comprising various plants, animals, and microorganisms. For a sustainable forest ecosystem, there has to be a variety of animals and plants in a forest. The various components of the forest are interdependent on one another. In the forest, there is an interaction between soil, water, air, and the living organisms. Different layers of vegetation provide food and shelter for animals, birds, and insects. By harboring greater variety of plants, the forest provides greater opportunities for food and habitat for the herbivores. Large number of herbivores means increased availability of food for variety of carnivores. Not only this, decaying heap of animals dropping is a source of food to various insects or decomposers, which ultimately enriches the soil with nutrition in the form of humus. The animals will disperse the seeds of certain plants and help the forest to grow. Every part of the forest contributes in making a self-sustaining system. The green plants prepare food through photosynthesis. The wide variety of animals helps the forest to regenerate and grow. Organisms which feed on plants often get eaten by other organisms and so on. For example, grass is eaten by insects, which in turn is taken by the frog. The frog is consumed by snakes. This is said to form a food chain. Many food chains can be found in the forest. All food chains are linked. The forests are perfect recycling factories of nature and all the nutrients are recycled. Here nothing goes waste. Look here, here is a food chain, grass, insect, frog, snake, eagle. So students, हम क्या देख रहे हैं, फॉरेस्ट एक सिस्टम है. कैसे कि फॉरेस्ट में एक फूड चेन फॉलो होती है. हर कोई किसी पे इनडायरेक्टली और डायरेक्टली डिपेंड है और हम उसे अपने नेचर का रिसाइकलिंग भी कहते हैं. नाउ लुक एट दिस पिक्चर, वी हैव a simple food chain. Now, role of forest in preserving the environment. Forest plays an important role in preserving the environment. Green plants take solar energy and convert it into chemical energy while making food. The solar energy is transferred to other living beings through the green plants. Green plants utilize carbon dioxide during photosynthesis and release oxygen. That is how the green plants maintain the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the environment. The different roles played by the nature are listed below. So students, I think you all know that कि green plants carbon dioxide को utilize करते हैं और oxygen को release करते हैं during photosynthesis. Now we have roles of forest in water cycle. Roles of forest in water cycle. The roots of the trees make the soil porous. Rainwater seeps through these pores and recharge groundwater. Forests prevent wastage of rainwater in the form of runoff. Forests also prevent the flash floods by slowing down the movement of water. Roles of forest in water cycle. The roots of the trees make the soil porous. Rainwater seeps through these pores and recharge groundwater. Forests prevent wastage of rainwater in the form of runoff. Forests also prevent flash floods by slowing down the movement of water. Now students, look at this picture. We have interrelationship of plants, soil and decomposer in a forest. Here, role of forest in soil conservation. The roots of the trees hold the topsoil in place. This prevents soil erosion by wind or by running water. Forests influence climate, water cycle and air quality of planet Earth in a big way. Forests provide us with oxygen. If forests disappear, the amount of carbon dioxide in air will increase, resulting in the subsequent increase in the Earth's temperature. They provide habitat to a large number of animals. In the absence of trees and plants, the animals will not get food and shelter. Here we have deforestation. As you know, deforestation is the large-scale falling of trees. It is a permanent destruction. Destruction of forests and woodlands. The forests are being destroyed to get more land for agriculture, industries, housing, roads, railway tracks, and places of recreation. Now we have causes of deforestation. Increased demand of land for industries, houses, roads, agriculture and railway tracks. Increased demand of fuel, wood, paper and timber. Lowering of water table causes plants and trees to wilt and die. Increased mining activity and overgrazing. Fire is also responsible for the destruction of forest on a larger scale. Now we have consequences of deforestation. Reduced forest cover has disturbed the natural process of recharging of groundwater. This has resulted in shortage of drinking water at many places. Reduced forest cover means there is a higher percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This is leading to global warming. The average temperature of the earth is on the rise. Reduced forest cover has led to soil erosion and loss of soil fertility in many places. Reduced forest cover means there is a loss of habitat for many animals. Existence of most of the animals is in danger because of this. We can thus conclude that the forest is a dynamic system full of plants, animals and microorganisms. It is everybody's duty to conserve this natural resource. Students, what we learn in this chapter, now we are going to discuss it in a nutshell. Here, the main layers of a forest starting from top to the ground are canopy, understory and forest floor. The coppermost branches and leaves of tall trees which act like a roof or umbrella over the smaller trees in the forest is called canopy. The layer of vegetation in a forest which is just below the canopy is called understory. The largest animal in the forest such as tigers, lions, deer, bear, etc. live on the forest floor. Forests are an important natural resource. They are essential for the preservation of environment and survival of all the animals including man. Important forest produce includes firewood, timber, wood pulp, honey, rubber, etc. Forests influence climate, water cycle, and air quality of planet Earth. Here we have some keywords. Here is habitat, natural home or environment of an animal or plant. Then canopy, the uppermost branches and leaves of tall trees. Understory, the layer of vegetation in a forest which is just below the canopy. Predators, animal that naturally preys on others. Adapted, became adjusted to new conditions. Deforestation, the large-scale felling of trees. Soil erosion, the wearing away of topsoil. Thank you, students. We will meet again in the next chapter. Till then, revise what we learned today.